You guys start wondering where I'm coming on just because we're 11 minutes late. But I'm going to tell you right now, we had some last minute entries that we had to slink in so that we can make sure that you guys would get the full benefit of whatever it is we're spewing out to you today. So today we got some last minute stuff that's real important that you need to know. Some grant relief, some this and that. But let's skip over that and deal with the formalities later. I'm Brian Bacchus, and again, you're not.
I'm Jamal Smith. Want to thank you guys for attending. What is this? Our latest. This is episode 36. You guys, can you believe
36.
that?
36.
Man, we appreciate you joining us. And this is the podcast where we provided the resources to everyone affected by the fire, whether directly or indirectly, to help you guys actually recover and ultimately rebuild Altadena stronger and better than what it was before. And what we're going to do now, so we're going to go to the announcements. I'm going to do it a little differently. We're going to have a bunch of flyers, and I'm going to switch to a couple pages that we're going to look at. And here we go. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Here.
Once upon a time, not long ago.
Go. Yeah, what he said. I'm going to take all this out for now.
Yeah.
So again, we have our Builders Town Hall. This is presented by AltadenaTalks Foundation. And this is actually going to be on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is that thing we've been pushing, and we're going to push it all week.
Push it good.
Get you guys there.
We'll push it real good.
It's at Victory Bible Church. Victory Bible Church at 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The capacity is 200, and that's why we want you to register, right? So we want to make sure that you're registered, that you actually get a seat. If we go above
you actually
that,
get a meal. That's the main reason why we need the RSVP. We want to make sure you get some food. You're going to be there for 3 hours.
Right. We want a head count to make sure that we get the proper refreshment. Proper amount of refreshments for everybody who's going to attend. Now, the way you register,
and liquor will be served afterwards at your house.
Yeah, BYOB or L at home. That's right. So you can register by scanning the QR code down at the bottom of the flyer, or you can go to AltadenaTalks.org/Builders Town Hall. All right. Moving on. Now, I just saw this earlier this morning. There is going to be Altadena community meeting. Now, Karen Barger does something from, I believe it's 4 to 5 every Monday, but she's also added this particular one that's going to happen. It's on the LA County YouTube page, but it's for rental units, people who have rental units, as well as those who have surviving structures. So it's basically wanting you to join them for the latest information on recovery resources and guidance for homeowners and renters whose structures survived the Eaton fire. It is Monday, March 10th from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Again, it's at the County of Los Angeles YouTube page, which is youtube.com/@County of Los Angeles Newsroom. Got it to you early enough this time so you can actually submit your questions. The way you submit your questions is to scan that QR code. Definitely want to get those done. Get your questions in. Get all those questions answered, hopefully. Now,
before you leave that, this is what we got to say. They will start promptly at 5, and we'll cut it off promptly at 6. There is going to be no lingering. So if you have questions that you need to ask, you need to submit them as soon as possible so that they might get answered. So hopefully if everybody's asking the same question, then we'll be better off. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a form on our page specifically to submit questions to these folks. So if you want to fill out the form, then we can submit them all at once. And now we're showing that Altadena Talks is spoken out. See what I'm saying? We gotta get these people on our show.
And another caveat to them answering questions is that we watched the last one, and although they went through all the questions that were there, I would say that they responded to the questions. I wouldn't say that they actually answered every single question. So again, take everything with a grain of salt. And part of that is because things are moving, it's a fluid situation, right? things are changing from one day to the next, 1 hour to the next. The other thing is, I have a feeling they're not trying to commit to some of these questions, which are very detailed and very specific. And just again, take that with a grain of salt, you guys.
Exactly.
Happy Hump Day. Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus, thank you. We see you.
Yes, indeedy.
We're going to see you on the show next week, I was told.
Yeah. And again, to respond to your text, yes, and yes.
And yes.
And if you didn't hear me, yes.
Ditto.
Yep. What he said, what I said. I finally got the right flyer for this one so we can see everything. Neighborhood Servants is providing a senior breakfast. It is today, going on now until noon. So surviving seniors in our community with a day, they're providing this with a day of unwind and fellowship. It's breakfast, bingo, trivia, and much more. This is at Pasadena Church at 425 East Sierra Madre Villa in Pasadena. And to RSVP, please email m.white@neighborhoodservants.com or call 626-483-0401. And I have a feeling that this that RSVP is probably for the same reason, like we're having you guys register for our event, just so they get a head count. It might be a little late because given that it's going on right now, but we did have a couple days to get this going. So tomorrow, March 6th from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., there is a Zoom call, and it's insurance expert Francisco Vega who's going to have a Q&A live. He's been an adjuster for 17 years, as well as a trainer for major carriers. And in order to sign up, you got to scan that code right there. I'm sorry.
Scan that code. We're going to hold on. We're going to give you 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
We should have a graphic
4,
for that.
3. We do, but if we put it up there, it'll just block those things. But I'm going to do that next time.
All right, guys, we'll move on to the next one. Thank you, Tony, as well. I was reading the flyer and saw your message right before it popped off. I found this one too. There's a wildfire relief pop-up salon, which is this Friday, March 7th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's at the Foothill Unity Center at 790 West Chestnut Avenue. In Monrovia. It says join Beauty Bus at Foothill Unity Center as they bring the gift and life of beauty to those affected by the recent fires. Free services will be haircuts, barbering, hairstyling, and beard trims. It says RSVP with the link provided. I know it's long. We didn't do our own, and we'll possibly change this so we can actually get a short link, but it's forms.gle/lowercase q, lowercase w, capital V, capital Z, number 2, lowercase r, number 2, capital B, capital E, lowercase I, capital S.
Send that link to me on the private chat. I'll make it real quick.
Number 2, yeah, I'll do that. I'll send it to you in a minute. But anyway, I didn't have
the number 2. Ew, the number 2.
Right. Okay, that's very immature.
Number 2.
Be like Craig when he's talking to his dad in the bathroom, like. So nobody going there. 45 minutes.
All right, yeah. Send me that. I'll pump that up there.
We'll get a better QR code. Eden Fire Relief donations needed. This is going to be for the Junior League of Pasadena at 149 South Madison Avenue in Pasadena. The donations that are needed are disinfectant wipes, laundry detergent, kitchenwares, toilet paper, paper towels, diapers, menstrual products, personal care products, pet food, over-the-counter medicines, and first aids. They're not currently accepting clothing and masks. If you want to donate and drop it off, this is Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the distribution of those said items is actually going to be on Saturday, the 8th of March from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
A lot of stuff happening on Saturday, Friday, and Saturday. You know why? They commemorating. It's 2 months since the fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dang, we did talk about that. There's something kind of cool. Altadena Wildfire Relief Skateathon. This is at SoFi Stadium. Saturday the 8th from 10 to 4 and Sunday the 9th from 10 to 4. It's free parking. There's going to be roller skating, fun for kids 5 and up and adults. Rental skates and protective gear available. Live DJ and performances. There'll be upbeat skate music and performances by Debbie Allen Dance Academy and guest artists. Community vendors just enjoy concessions, vendors, face painting, and photo booths. Early bird pricing: kids are $10, adults are $15. Proceeds to benefit minority youth programs in Altadena affected by the Eaton fires. It does sound like a lot of fun. For tickets,
especially that upbeat skeet. I could just think of that song. Oh,
I know. Just want you to get a towel and just wipe some stuff.
Get all that skeet off you.
Oh my God. This is a family show, isn't it?
I didn't say it.
Oh my gosh. For tickets, donations, and more, for more information, you got to move that. I can't see the last little part.
No, sorry.
Go to www.sunshineskatefoundation.com. This does actually sound like a lot of fun.
And in case y'all didn't know what Dena stood for, that's the Debbie Allen Dance Academy, y'all. Say it loud, say it proud. Thank you, Lane. Appreciate you. See what happens, Tony, when you're not on here? we cutting up. We cutting up.
I have legitimate mistakes. He's taking it to another level.
I
never participated.
I'm like Bernie Mac. I'm gonna say what you can't say. I'm gonna say what you thinking.
I ain't scared of you.
Yeah, AltadenaTalks after
you don't understand.
We need that. We need that.
AltadenaTalks after dark. Yo.
ATAD. It's like a military operation. Hey man, you going to ATAD tonight? Yeah, you know I am. And you know that spelled backwards is data. We can use the whole acronym.
There you go.
Don't get me started with my scientific mind. Okay, back to the
serious part of the show.
Yeah.
It's evident through how far we've gotten. National Impact Day of Service. So mark your calendars for the 15th of March, Black Family Wellness Expo from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Jackie Robinson Community Center. This is at 10020 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Pasadena. For registration information, reach out to bfwellness91109@gmail.com. Some of the things that'll be available there are free health screenings, free Colgate dental screenings, workshops and resources, snacks, as well as community resources. This actually sounds like a pretty cool event.
And AltadenaTalks Foundation will be there on the scene capturing the media. Because I will be in town, not this weekend. I'm so bummed.
You know it. All right, let's get to some familiar slides here. So the Union Station Homeless Services, they are providing the Eaton Fire Relief Pickup, and these are on Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And they're providing kits with hygiene products, toiletries, menstrual products, toothpaste, and toothbrushes, as well as deodorant and razors, new bedding, towels, and clothing, full-size body wash, bars of soap, conditioner, and shampoo. They're offering sack lunches, snacks, and shelf-stable food. For babies, they're offering diapers, formula, and wipes, as well as assorted gift cards for everyone. This is at 412 South Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. Again, Wednesdays, 11 to 7. And for more information, you can reach out to eatonfire@ushs.org.
And that's for Union Station Homeless Services.
Now, I actually have the link this time. So, lose your home in Eaton Fire will help you do up for God dang, I cannot talk today. Will help you do up to 6 regular loads for free. This is provided by Laundry Love. Stop it. Stop it.
No, I wasn't even going to talk about it. I'm like thinking to myself, oh, this is just me. If I saw this, I'd be like, huh? Because I just lost everything in the fire. I don't have any clothes to wash. Up to 6 loads. I don't even have 1 load.
Well, we do know, though, that a lot of people were gifted and donated a lot of stuff. So you might be in a situation where you did get some things and you do need to wash them. I don't.
Well, that's why they're not getting. That's why they're not accepting clothing anymore, because then this would apply, because then you can take all the clothes that you got that are used and take them to them. But people don't want to wear other people's clothes. I mean, they just don't. It's always uncomfortable, but this is a good thing. I'm just saying.
I appreciate that. Good insight and truth. So Laundry Love is actually providing this service. So, my battery. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, guys. Got to charge the old battery.
Whatever, your laptop died?
Yeah, it was about to. Got that little ding, like, ding, the battery's getting low. Plug me
Story
in.
of our lives.
So every Wednesday evening from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Fair Oaks Laundry at 1344 Fair Oaks Avenue in Pasadena, you can actually do up to 6 of those for free. And there's the link. It's bit.ly/40 capital R capital B lowercase v as in Victor, capital L, and then number 9. So when you go there, in
case you guys don't know where that is, that's on the corner of Fair Oaks and Washington. I would say across the street from La Pintoresca Park. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, you could go across the other street, but
but we're not going to worry about that landmark. We're going to focus on the landmark that I told you already. Okay.
When you go
that
there,
is true. You're absolutely right, Ziva. I didn't think about that, but that is true.
Yep. And it's also when you go there, it's Eventbrite. So you do pick your day, and you have to then register for that. So that's what that link takes you to.
Sure, it's before 5 p.m.
And it's sponsored by your friends at Vallejo Drive SDA, which is Seventh-day Adventist Church in Glendale, California.
Look at Glendale stepping up to help Dena people.
So I'm talking about is the LA County Household Relief Grant. Again, the grants are up to $18,000, and this ends. The deadline is March 12th. You go there and you can register and apply at lacountyrelieffund.com. And I did add the next page, so the bottom part I'm gonna ignore. I'm just gonna read the red part. So you can get up to $6,000 for households of 2, and that's those consisting of 1 or 2 members, including individuals living alone or couples with dependents. You can get up to $12,000 for households of 3 or more, and those are households with at least 3 people where at least one person is a dependent, minor, or a dependent adult. And lastly, you can get up to $18,000 for households with at least 4 people that include dependent minors and or dependent adults and consists of at least 3 separate generations. All right. And you can go to that link and it provides this information, this very info, which I screenshotted, and all the other details. The key, though, is that even whatever you get, there's only going to be 1 award provided to each address. Okay. And then World Kitchen, again, is serving hot meals. They have portable water stations, and there's some farmers markets across the area. Our hubs are at the Pasadena Sierra Madre YMCA at 611 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Sierra Madre, and Gordy's Garage Parking Lot at 843 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. Both locations are open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then again from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Boy, Gordy's be popping.
Yeah, here's a question. There's still folks looking for places to live, temp permit.
Yes, they are.
Doing searches.
I don't know if their insurance companies are doing searches, but I get people telling me that they only getting a whole month in a hotel and this and that. So yeah, there are still people looking. We just need to figure out how to get information on them so that somebody can help them.
Yep. So we still have disaster relief claim assistance going on at Jackie Robinson Community Center, again at 1020 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Pasadena. That's from Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 1 and Fridays from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Again, these deadlines, American Red Cross has expired for FEMA registration and the Small Business Association registration. It's the 10th. And for the SBA, this does actually provide some money for you. You don't have to be a business. It does provide money for the homeowners. But so the 10th is the deadline for that. Go ahead and check it out. And then for the right of entry, the deadline for phase 2 to opt in is the 31st of March.
So before we leave that slide, we bring this slide to you every day because we want you to know that this is the information that's out there still. We don't want you to not find out. That's why we even tell you when the ones that have expired. So hopefully this helps you out every day that we bring it to you. And after the 31st, you won't even see this flyer anymore. So, take advantage while it lasts.
Yeah, I'm going to put a bigger notification on the ones that have expired. It's going to be expired across it. So it'll be a little more evident.
Yeah, that is true. They're having to move every 2 or 3 weeks. It's ridiculous. It's it doesn't make sense.
We'd love to hear from those folks too, to just get an understanding of what they're experiencing, because I'm sure other folks are experiencing it as well. And if anyone has found a solution or some way to kind of deal with it in a better way, if one person speaks up, I'm sure that they can help others.
Tony, I hate to throw one more thing on you, but if you could create a form that I could put on the site so that people can go there and at least we can have a list of these people, then we will be able to probably help them, get with people who can find them permanent spots. No rush. Elaine says, I've been helping folks in dealing with their adjusters insurance companies because the third party folks are whack. Well, you know what? There you go. Elaine is our resident real estate agent. She is available to help you find these spots.
Who has yet to get on the show. So we're still waiting for you, Elaine.
Well, we can pass the ones on to Elaine. That's pretty much solves that issue.
All right. Got a few more to go through, and then we'll do those other things I mentioned. So, disaster recovery centers, again, this is from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. This is at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. And if you notice, this slide looks different from what I had been having up there for the last week or so, because, bam, Altadena One Stop Permit Center is relocated. It's no longer, at the same location as the recovery center. It's now at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. It's just right
down the street.
Yeah, or darn near right next door.
We don't want to share our resources with you guys. You want to get our own spot.
I have a feeling it's due to capacity. I have a feeling, because I'm sure people
too,
are
I've driven past there and it's crowded over.
I have a feeling that more people are getting closer to this stage of the game, that stage or phase 3 that we're calling it. And, they're trying to get some stuff approved. So it's a one-stop permit center providing assistance to property owners navigating the rebuilding process, including permitting, planning, other recovery-related services. The residents of the unincorporated Altadena area within the Eaton Fireburn area can meet with Public Works, Regional Planning, Building and Safety, County Fire and Public Health to begin the rebuilding process.
LA County recovers, to be continued after these messages.
All right. And then, we close the bookmark again with our Builders Town Hall. It's going to be this Saturday, 11 to 2. Please register. It's going to be at... Oh, there we go. We have 108 registered.
So there you go. We're going to pop the banner up there so you can get the link. We don't want nobody to be missing out.
Again, it's at Victory Bible Church at 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. So what I also wanted to do was, let me find this video here. I don't know if you guys what?
We have a star-studded event. We have people from everywhere going to talk to you about what options you have, what are the limitations, what they can do, what they can't do. And they're going to try to answer all of your questions. Be there or not. If you're there, you're going to gain some information. If you're not, you're going to be asking your neighbor, and they're not going to give it to you the same way they received it. Just never works that way. So, just telling you right now, we will be focused on that this session. But we also, are we done with the slides?
No. Well, I have to go to a couple other locations that we added.
Yeah, see, that's why we started late. And that's my fault. I sent them this stuff with the last minute. Hey man, don't you think we need to be talking about some of this stuff? Like right now, the focus of today's show is the Builders Town Hall. But another thing that is affecting me also and countless others in town is high school reunions. Now, as you guys know or don't know, Pasadena is a unique town. And as unique as we are, we have a tradition. And our rival high schools, Pasadena High and John Muir High, play each other in a game in the Rose Bowl every year for football season called the Turkey Tussle. This tradition has been going on for 75 plus years. So the fires have devastated our town. It's really leaving it up in the air for reunions this year because, as you know, we don't have our normalcy. We don't have clothes. We don't have this. So at first we were trying to toy with the idea of a 4-school reunion, but a lot of schools said no, including ours. And then we thought about maybe a picnic in the summer. And so that's what we're planning between the schools right now is a picnic because of the fact that, there's a lot of displacement. Plus, you got to remember we have 4 schools and there's going to be 6 reunions every year for each of these schools. Might even be more. You're starting with the class of 65, the class of 75, the class of 85, the class of 95, 2005, and 2015. So that's 6 or 7 reunions. So that's probably 28 reunions. Here is my pet peeve, my, problem that I have. We're looking at hotels right now to do stuff at, and stuff is sky high in Pasadena. So I mentioned to our reunion committee this year, because we didn't get to have our reunion in 2020 for our 35th reunion because the pandemic. So now we have to contend with the fires. People are displaced. They're in hotels. Hotels are now starting to charge extra. My thing is this. If we all got together, now I know our alumni association meets once a month, every second Saturday of the month. You're all welcome to attend. It's open to the public. It's held at the John Muir High School Library, and we invite everyone to come all the time. A lot of people don't show up. We keep the minutes anyway. We're making decisions. You could be a part of it. But anyway, I digress. The thing is, we're already trying to come up with a solution for the Muir people, because every year everyone comes to us with their reunion requests and guidance, and they need staff to man the front desk and all that. That's what we do for our John Muir people. Now, we deal with 6 reunions every year, maybe 7. Depends on which class is still doing a reunion past 67. Might be class 57, who knows? But the problem that we run into is the hotels are too expensive. So we're crafting a correspondence that's going to get sent to all the hotels in Pasadena to see if they can give us rates for our reunion people that are coming back to town. Because you got to remember, a lot of these people that come to reunions don't live here anymore, but they remember their town, they remember their house, and now they're going to be coming back to having a melancholy reunion because they're going to go drive up there, especially my class, because this is my year, 40th year reunion. And we're going to, well, we who live here aren't going to trip off of it, but the people who don't live here are going to come back and see all this devastation, and that's when we're going to need to have our reunions the most. This is a time of coming together and celebrating life after the fire. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you guys are from the town and you are getting ready to have a reunion in one of those years I said on the 5s, we're going to be putting one of those petitions together online where we can reach out to these hotels and try to see if they can actually give us some discounts on the hotels. Like right now, Kelvin is our events coordinator. And every hotel is either from $250 to $400 a month per night room. Come on, man. That's not even fair. You know, if we got a bulk of people, we should be able to get a significant rate. So that was just my 2 cents on the reunion stuff. I know if you guys can tap in and tell me how you feel about it, or any ideas or suggestions that we could do to make this year's reunions joyful, because even though they're not going to be coming out, PHS does their reunions all the time in the summer. We always coordinate our reunions around Turkey Tussle, which is because a lot of people come back for that, or they have kids that's still going to school and it's easier for them to deal with it. But at the same time, we are just trying to put some things together so that the people can come back and actually enjoy having the reunion without breaking the bank. If you guys got any information, Elaine says that sounds great. Will be a great connection moment. My school does multi-year reunions. It's more informal, as well as your particular class reunion. Well, we are Pasadena, Altadena. We have traditions. We normally do it during Turkey Tussle. Well, Pasadena and Muir. Marshall and PHS, I don't know what they do. I have to ask somebody what they do, and we'll see. And like this, hopefully by the summer, the hotels will be easier to book. As right now, I know a lot of folks still using hotels for temporary housing, and we're counting on that to happen. You know, so hopefully by the time summer comes, people will have found permanent housing. People will probably be long gone, and donations will have dried up. But we here at AltadenaTalks and Altadena Talks Foundation, we'll be here for you every step of the way, Monday through Friday at 10-ish. Keep saying that because we never start on time. Even though I'm on here setting things up at 9:25, there's always something. So please forgive me. It's never Jamal's fault. I'm just telling you.
Oh, it is sometimes.
No, I'm trying to take it off. You're supposed to be good cop, bad cop. You messed that up. You know.
Hey, look, I do my part, though. I do my part.
We had a good thing going and threw it out there.
Screwed it up.
Is this the man who racked the buffet at the Palomino Club? Yeah, that's what this is a rebirth. This is a rebuild. This is a regrowth. And this is something new. So this will be, our last 2 reunions have been disaster filled. The COVID one in 2020, now this one. So I just hope I make it to 2030 without incident. Then I can talk about that song that we used to get our groove on at the Civics. All right, so we're going to go back to talking about the Builders Town Hall. So we have procured so far meal service. We have a place. We have participants. The only thing that's missing is you. So if we get to capacity, we're going to probably open it up to streaming it. So Exactly. Everything is a historical moment this year for this town. So anything that we do that's positive, I was talking to Jamal the other day, and I said, Mother Nature can destroy and it can rebuild. Went up to the property the other day and saw a plant growing out through the ashes. I thought that was the most beautiful thing I've seen on that property since the destruction. And it's growing all up over the place. So I'm happy to announce that, signs of life should inspire us to keep going and to persevere and to make sure that we stay in Altadena and that we help make it grow back to what it was. We're going to have a lot of new things. It's going to be new to everybody. A lot of new landmarks. You're going to be driving down past the meat box and it won't be the meat box. You're going to be going over to George's Liquor and it won't be George's Liquor. Hopefully the Rancho comes back with 2 stories. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
You got the upstairs pool hall and the downstairs could be nothing but like an area for the bands that they have and the bar. I'm going to have to talk to Chris. I got some ideas.
Yeah, there's the possibility for some good stuff happening as we rebuild. It's not going to be the same, and we recognize that. But as we've mentioned many a times, we want it to come back better. Bigger
and like better. Tony said, let's patronize some of these local restaurants. I mean, yeah, some of them might be expensive, but we might have to go in there and say, "Man, I'm a fire victim, homeboy. Like, what's happening? I used to go to the Rancho. You can't give me an in-between price between 7 and 14. That's 10, right? 10.50. I pay 10.50 for a drink. I ain't paying your $15. I'm just sorry. I'm just not. I could go to our place for $7. It's just like the Rancho, but smaller and doesn't have a patio. Shameless plug, but the drinks are $7. You know what I'm saying? Not going to the ale house. I don't care how many times you tell me that that's in Altadena. I'm not going to it. I don't get treated right in there. I don't get treated right in there. So I'm just calling people out. Now, you know me. I'm transparent, and I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to Ale House, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to 1881 either. They're both owned by the same person. I'm not going there. I don't patronize people who disparage everyone else to try to make themselves look good. This lady used to come up to the Rancho and talk so much smack about it, but it's like 150 people there, and you got 4.
Every day.
Mm-hmm. And you got the same 6 cars that park outside your bar every day. That means that's not a bar. That's a gang meeting club. Not the gangs we think either. So be careful. That's just my opinion. That's a lot of other people's opinion too, because she's just out there. Okay, so that's too big. Right, we're gonna put that. That link is where's that link at? It's on Facebook. Let me grab it. We grab it real quick. Go ahead and continue, Jamal. I'm gonna grab this.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do also is there were a couple other items that we were gonna share about. One of the things was I'm gonna share this page real quick. Brian had mentioned to me that. Are you still typing that? Oh, okay.
No, I'm just making a short link.
He mentioned that the Altadena Rotary Club is actually providing a relief grant. I have the form. Again, this was last minute. We didn't do the short link, but if you go to Pasadena Now, they actually have a great article about it. And at the bottom of the article, let me say let's see. In the wake of the Eden Fire and in support of Altadena disasters relief and recovery efforts, the Rotary Club of Altadena has established a fund to provide support for immediate and long-term relief efforts through disaster response grants. The organization announced this in a press release, and the grants are ranging from $500 to $5,000 and are available exclusively to the 501c nonprofit through the nonprofit organization. These organizations may sponsor projects, individuals. Okay. The club will review applications quarterly through 2025 with submission deadlines set for March 30th, June 30th, September 30th, and December 31st. I'll have a better slide of this next meeting or next episode. And there is a long link here at the bottom. Interested organizations can access the application and information about filling out that form. And here's what the form looks like. And again, we'll get a short link for it, so you can actually. Oh, this is for people who want to actually contribute for this, and I'll get the other link for people who actually want to apply. But this is really, really good item. And what I want to do next is, I saw this and didn't think it was true, but this is, Steve Carell. I don't know if anybody had seen this, but I'm gonna share this and play this real quick.
All right, hold on. Let me take the music down.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Attention. Attention, all seniors. This is Steve Carell with a very special announcement. I work with a wonderful charity based out of Virginia called Alice's Kids. And Alice's Kids wanted me to let you know that they will be paying for all of your prom tickets. And if you have already paid for your prom tickets, they will reimburse you for your prom tickets. It's a pretty good deal. Have fun. Enjoy the prom. And remember, this is Steve Carell. Take it easy, guys.
With NBC Nightly News. Oh, and you're not. I just took it down before you do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. I wasn't sure if it was legit or not, but then it was posted on because they said it was for Altadena schools affected, and then it also was posted on like Mirror High School, the Alumni Association page. So
I thought he was going to say you're going to pay for all reunions. I was like, yeah, man, Steve Carell, you're the man. But no, it's for the children. So yeah, Steve, you're the man for the kids.
Right. Yeah, I wish he could do the reunions, but thought I'd definitely share that with you guys. I was excited to see it. It was pretty cool. Kind of out the blue.
So excited. Mm-hmm. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's
now I'm gonna share this last one. Now we might, and Tony, we may try to get this person on the show and definitely talk to him. But Brian wanted me to share this. Let me do this one more time. Go to share screen. And I saw this before he brought it to my attention. And this is, Jamil Hunt Walker actually provided this information. Apparently she has a builder and a contractor who's bonded and everything that does all kind of different stuff. And she recently, just over a year ago, had this particular house built from the ground up. It's 3-bedroom, 3-bath. ADU is 1,200 square feet. Right here in Altadena. Thankfully, it was spared. He will be building 2 homes that they lost. So we'll get the information for this particular person. But I just wanted to show you guys, just some of what some good builders can actually do, right? So just sharing. She put this on there and wanted to share, and Brian wanted me to share this now. And we'll make sure that Tony gets the information so she can, kind of talk to the guy and see if it makes sense to have him on board to share with you guys, and perhaps be on our next town hall, be one of the members for the next town hall. Just wanted to share that info.
Exciting adventures.
Yeah. Business owners get 2 years. That's true, Ziva. So she said that's awesome. There's one less thing the students and parents that were affected by the fires will have to worry about. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I felt bad for what you call it. Kelly Jones' daughter. Her
Oh,
stuff got burned up, and she was cheerleading with jeans on, and people were talking smack. Like, hey, man,
really?
have some respect, dude. She just lost everything. What you think she's supposed to show up with a spare
Oh,
outfit
that's
somewhere?
cold. That's cold, man.
Yeah, people, man. I'm telling you, instead of opening your mouth to say someone, you buy her, donate to the cause.
Right.
You know, don't open your mouth unless you contribute the money, and it should be something positive coming out of your mouth. Otherwise, keep my name out your mouth.
So you say Altadena resident business owners get 2 years free, only $30 for registration. What was this for?
Is this for the Altadena Chamber of Commerce? That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, it is.
Because it's related to this.
Yeah.
Please join the chamber. Yep. Okay, I got you.
Please join the chamber. Soup is good food.
Yep. I saw it. Thank you. I was playing the other video, so I didn't see that post.
Girl, you know we can't see everything. We blind. It's a bright light in our face. You know, you see this shadow right here. You can't see
these glasses. Maybe I can see better. Let me put on another pair. There we go.
And Fred Sanford in the house.
That's right. That's right.
Now your eyes look gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
like, what's that little bird, Tweety? He had the big old eyes with the glasses.
I feel like Fred G. Sanford because, pull out a drawer and there's like 50 pairs of glasses in there. Be like,
I haven't replaced my glasses since I fell off my skateboard and they flew off my face and the lady driving by and smashed them.
How come you
I'm trying to train my eyes to see again.
I know I
should. On glasses, you know.
I know I should. You're right because we can definitely train them again. They're muscles.
Well, you know, Sherry and I have the same prescription, so when I put hers on, I said, "Damn, I can see everything." I looked at her and said, "Damn, girl, you're pretty." No. I'm messing with you.
That's right.
Yep, that's Fred. Yeah, the G stands for go get some damn glasses, damn.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You ain't lying.
Yes, Elaine, I did go to.
You went to Spatula.
I did.
I went there too.
I started at Cal Berkeley and ended my career at Cal State LA.
I was at Cal State LA for 2 years.
And then ended up as a Golden Eagle.
But only in the dorms.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't think I set foot on that campus one day that I was there.
No, you didn't go to school there. You just hung out.
Yeah, pretty much. It was fun.
Yeah,
that was the days.
Yeah. Yep. Elaine, that's where I met T. I met T up there.
Gotten. Well, I think that we've talked enough. That's funny. He just told you. Karen said, so I know that just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Now, what the hell you know him?
Hey, it's a small world.
I ain't never seen you around.
It's a very, very small world. I didn't see him for
we've
years.
been together.
Yeah, I didn't see him for years until I think
The
at the Rancho one time. Yep. I'm talking like decades, like a good couple decades. And I'm still trying to get him to remember Clarence, man. Rick Washington.
Clarence Carter. Ooh.
Because I know he knows him. He swears he doesn't remember him, but I'm pretty sure I met him through Ricky. He was Ricky back then. His real name is Clarence Richard Washington III. I call him Clarence. His mama call him Clarence. So I'm going to call him Clarence. But yeah, he was up there. I used to call him the mayor of Cal State LA. He was able to get stuff done up there that is just amazing. And of course, my camera disappeared.
What? You're still there. Oh, you're posing like, hey, what's happening?
Oh, I can't see it on my end. I can't see it on my end.
I'm going to pose for you like this so when you come back, you can see it.
That's the funny part. I can't see it on my end. There it is. I had a black screen.
That's how you was frozen like this, look.
Mm-hmm. Trying to be cool like you.
Say, brother.
But hey, true. Cal State LA looks totally different from when we were up there.
So is Arcadia.
I never went on the campus.
Jordan was like, yeah, they have a sushi place in there. Hey, what? Hey, y'all got restaurants inside the high school? He'd be like, Dad, can I get $5? They got bento bowls. They got bento bowls.
Yeah, they have some pretty cool stuff.
My son thought he was Asian. He came to Arcadia and he was like, oh, yeah, this is the perfect school for me.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to go to Mirror. I was like, this is 2008. I said, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Until Mr. Cash came back and turned that school around. Oh, boy.
I want to say, yeah, Elaine. I want to say, yes, I do. But I'm so much better with faces and than with names. So I probably if I saw Sunshine.
That's not what's her name's sister, is it? You know, Rhonda's, you know, Rhonda. We used to live on Fairmont.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I got to see a face. Unless
But then we used to call her Sunshine.
think so. I don't know if she would have been up at Cal State LA at that time.
I don't know. She'd be all over the place. Phyllis Hyman's sister.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not that one.
Oh yeah, no.
And that's Showtime, not
Showtime. No, I thought it was
Yeah.
Sunshine. Oh yeah,
no.
Showtime.
No,
She's hilarious.
definitely.
All right, well, we got 9 minutes left. Anybody got any questions or things they want to tell us, that any news, anything that you want to talk about? You want to come on the show right now? Unless you're somebody that we ain't vetted and we don't know you, we ain't bringing you on. You might say something crazy and we don't need all that, because we'll just do you like say Jamal was you. It's like, goodbye.
Well, since you mentioned it, I want to reiterate something. Hold on, let me go here and let me go home. All right, now
I
before
thought you were at home.
Yeah.
You about
I'm
to
at my
get up and
second
leave
home.
the show.
I'm at my second home at Mama's spot. So I'm gonna share this real quick. I just wanted to reiterate that LA County or recovery.lacounty.gov has quite a bit of information, right? So for resources, obviously you go to Altadena and you got all this kind of stuff. You know, you got all kind of information that you can actually get from this particular site. And a lot of the information I post comes from here. But one of the things that's new is, let's do phase 2. Oh, debris removal. So if you come over here where it says what to expect under phase 2, they added this, I don't know if it's cool to you, but they added this infographic. If you guys can see this, what you basically do is residents impacted by the Palisades and Eaton fires who opt into the government-run debris removal program will have their properties cleared by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers contractors. We know that. Clearing eligible ash and fire debris from your property is a key step. Here's what residents who opt in can expect to see. Now, we're pretty deep in this process, but I just thought this was a, it was a cool
I
visual.
gotta say something.
Okay.
What is eligible ash?
It's everything in the footprint. It's the footprint of the house, because that's all they're going to remove. Anything beyond that, beyond the perimeter of the footprint, they're not going to remove. So I've already I've seen a lot of posts about how there's still a lot that's left on the property that the individual homeowners or property owners still have to take care of on their own. So,
Oh, okay. Back to the infographic.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just for those who are new to the process. If you want a visual, it shows each step of the way. If you opt into this as a community, things can actually move rather quickly. And it shows.
Notice that they got the fireplaces still up.
Well, there's a specific thing about chimneys, so we'll get to that. You're going to be notified within 72 hours about the removal notification. There will be one. They supposedly, crews apply water and mist to keep the ash on the ground. That's what they're supposed to do.
Make it heavier.
Well, yeah, so it doesn't go all up in the air.
So they can weigh it.
Probably, yeah. The Corps contractors all only remove trees that are threatening the crew safety, are dead or expected to die within 5 years due to fire damage. And Tony has talked numerous times about making sure that you have a professional, licensed arborist come to the home to inspect your trees, just to see if there's anything that you can save, and to let them know if there's a particular tree you want to save, to not mess with those. Safely remove the debris. Now we know about this. The eligible ash and debris is placed in the beds of trucks, tightly wrapped inside heavy duty plastic liners, and then covered with a tarp. Now, what I mean by we know about this is because we're seeing a lot of traffic. You know, these trucks are taking this stuff to Farnsworth Park, to the golf course, Altadena Golf Course, and I think there's a couple other locations, and they're then sorting this material out, and then ultimately taken to the long-term dumps. Crews are going to scrape 6 inches of soil, around 2 to 5 feet from the structural ash footprint. So that's kind of that eligible ash area that we were talking about.
So that's eligible ash. Okay.
Yeah, up to 2 to
5. I
5
thought they was going to take all that ash.
That
now they're going to
classic
take
ash.
eligible ash.
Yeah, but not the classic ash. That's
Not
a whole
the-
different conversation.
The classic ass.
You need to do that one out of the fire.
Hey, oh wait, hold on, wait, where am I? Let me do this real quick.
Chimneys.
No, I'm gonna do this. The
Classic ash cigar. That's a shameless plug for his cigar line. Thank you very much. We
Shameless
saw the
plug.
correlation and rolled with it.
Yeah, I rolled.
Rolled
So
right up to the
chimneys.
camera.
The Army Corps of Engineers contractors will remove chimneys from private property. We had this conversation a couple times as well.
Now, will they remove them or at your discretion?
Well, this is the thing. That's what I was going to say. From what I understand, and others can confirm this, if you say nothing, they're going to remove it. If you
Okay,
do
so we
that's
have
not
our
the
resident expert
case. Okay,
that's just popped in.
share the knowledge.
I just got to
And-
get on because y'all be cutting up. So I'm like, let me rein their asses back in right now.
Rain is in. Rain is in.
Talking about that ash.
Well, that's what I said, ash. All that ash. You know, they
Yeah.
got to get rid of all that ash, not just the eligible.
This is not Altadena Talks After Dark. That's why I popped in. And I said, good God, let me get on
Hey,
here.
Tad.
But yeah, I mean, this is a very good infographic. And so, as our resident
Expert.
professional from the LA County Advocates Committee, just made up something.
Just making stuff up.
Law and order has arrived.
So as a reminder, I did want to say this for the chimneys. If you want a chimney and your chimney box is not destroyed, I'm not talking about the brick because the bricks are porous, the grout in between, the masonry grout is porous. You might have to knock that off, chisel it off or whatever, right? And then keep your box if you want it rebuilt as part of your home. If they remove your chimney, you will not be allowed to put another chimney back up. It will only be allowed as an electric fireplace if you want a fireplace. They're not allowing wood burning or gas burning fireplaces back in Altadena. So
Now, they're
if
going to
you
remove
have-
it by default, though? Unless
No.
you tell them?
No, you can be there because you're allowed to be there and you can tell them, do not touch my chimney.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you don't say anything, they're going to remove it.
They're going to remove it.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
do not specify when they call you, they're going to call you 72 hours before and they're going to call you the night before. If by chance the night before said they're saying, oh, we're going to be there by noon, and then something happens and they can't get there until the additional day, then they'll call you back and say, oh, we got, backlog, something happened, we can't do it till tomorrow. But either way, when they call you, say, I do not want my chimney removed. If they remove that chimney from your property and you happen to want one again, or you want chimney, you will not be allowed to build back a wood burning because they're trying to stop all wood burning and gas burning, right? They're trying to make everything like new builds, which is all electric. So you can build into the wall one of those boxes, the electric fireplaces, but there would be no chimney or whatever. I did talk to a couple of the builders. I think that we brought on both. I think we talked to Allison and to Kendra about this. They can make it look like you have a chimney for aesthetics on the outside of your home when you rebuild, but it will not be a functional, real chimney. So if you want your chimney and that chimney box is still perfectly working in shape, do not let them remove your chimney from that property.
How do you know if it's functioning?
You can have a
Well,
chimney
it's still
person
standing.
come out. Yeah, you can have a chimney person come and inspect it.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll just clear out the flue if there's any
Exactly.
obstruction.
They will check it, and they will, just like if you have
When
a
you wanna
chimney man
clean
come clean it anyway.
Gotcha.
But now again, the bricks and the masonry grout that hold the brick together, that's all porous. So any toxicity that's in the air or that happened because of the fire, that's in the bricks. So you might want to chisel that off unless there's a method that could totally clean it. It's porous. So even if you do a bleach wash or whatever, it's going to absorb all that, right? I'm not an expert in that. Talk to a chimney person to say, hey, if we do a bleach wash, power wash it with bleach or whatever, would that do? Or should we power wash and will it crumble, right? Meaning the brick part. If the box part is still good and could be reused and you want a wood burning or gas burning chimney in your house, do not allow them to tear it down, because once they tear it down, you will not be able to rebuild a regular chimney again. You can build the aesthetics on the outside of your build to make it look like it's a chimney, although it won't have anything at the top. You won't have a flue to cover or anything like that, or to open. And on the inside, it will just be in the wall electric fireplace, that looks pretty. I think it gives out a little bit of heat, but not, a lot. So
from the outside, it's a faux chimney.
It's a faux chimney on the outside. On the inside, it is an electric chimney. That's it. Not wood burning, not gas burning, logs, nothing. Just an electric, pretty chimney.
So get out there and get your chimney checked if you want it. Little fireplace, yeah. So if you want it, get out there and check and have someone verify if it's in good shape and let them know to leave it alone.
Yeah, I do know that for a fact. And that I'm glad I popped in right at this time, because I actually had a Hakeem Blunt called me last night and he asked me that specific question. He said, I can't get this answer anywhere. I said, what's the question? He asked me. I said, oh, I know that answer. So I do have that one, and I gave it to him last night.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, just moving on to the next part.
One's on the soil.
Mm-hmm. Oh, soil. Go back to the soil.
Yeah. Did you do that one already?
I did the soil. Yep. I was going now to the foundation, which is, if indicated on your right of entry form, the foundation will be removed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers contractor if it can be done so safely. You can get more details on that if you need to. And then burnt vehicles on the property will be removed as part of the cleanup. This is just the infographic. At the bottom, there's more. There's other videos that kind of show how the process goes. Has access to the right of entry form and has info on trees and next step. But this page is pretty resourceful. It has more information, obviously, about the rebuilding, about the permits, how you have to use Epic LA and like for like rebuilds, goes through that process, talks about temporary housing and all that kind of stuff as well. So this page is really good. It's a good resource. So please definitely refer back to this regularly. And that's the main thing I wanted to say about that.
Ziva, that's funny you said Law and Order has arrived. Yeah, I'm often referred to as the warden in my family. I was in law enforcement for several years, as everybody I think knows. When I was in the military, I was a U.S. Customs agent. I was a VA police officer. So yeah, I tend to act that way at times. But if they remove the soil and you need it, well, they have to remove it. It's supposed to be 6 to 12 inches for it to be safe, right? I would say still get your soil tested. We put the link on there for LMU that they're doing that soil testing a couple days ago. I don't know if you still have that, Jamal, but I had put that the link that I sent in our group chat about the soil testing that LMU is doing.
Oh yeah.
And you put it up a few days ago.
Mhm.
And then so people can contact LMU because they have researchers. They're doing research on soil testing for free, right? But yes, you're going to have to grade your whole lot anyway. And that's something that when you start working with your professional, your contractor, your builder, your architects, whoever, you might decide you want it at the level that it's at already from where they took it down, right? Because your foundation, what you see from the top of your foundation is not to the bottom. Generally, it's going to be down lower where that soil is anyway. And so that's fine, Ziva. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain so people have understanding and clarity. So they are going to bring it down some. You may not necessarily have to bring in tons of soil to raise it back up, because you might say, hey, I'm cool, do the slab right here. Depending on how thick your foundation is, I think they're at least a foot anyway, that's going to bring you up. So just keep in mind, you're going to have to grade your lot anyway. Once your surveyor, your builder's surveyor goes out there, surveys everything and says, okay, this is our starting point. Just like you see with builds, things that we've put maybe with what Jamal shared that Jamila had up, right? They grade down a little bit anyway before they start a build because of where the foundation needs to be. So nobody should be alarmed that, oh, they took these 6 inches of dirt out. It's okay. Your foundation has to be laid down anyway. They tend to dig a trench around and grade it down and then figure out where they're going to put it. They usually put the forms up, which are wooden forms, and then they lay that foundation. If it's concrete, if it's not a block or some other kind, even if it's a cinder block foundation, right? Because some houses have, if not a full basement, they have a crawl space underneath. So below, if you don't have a full slab on the ground, there's going to be cinder block wall that's a couple cinder blocks high that will create the crawl space that goes under a house. And then they'll put a form to start laying a thinner slab, and that's just a slab, not a whole big foundation that's all concrete, right? My parents' house have a whole concrete foundation. My house has a crawl space, so I don't have that big thick foundation, right? And so it just depends on whether you're having a foundation laid or you're having a crawl space and it's cinder block first, and then they lay just enough for your flooring to go down in your house. So it's a little bit different depending on whether or not, thanks, Brian. You always be doing the short links. He's our short link master, y'all. Our short link master.
Yes, he is.
Our short link samurai, just in case you didn't know. All of us have our niche areas, right? And that is Brian, our short link samurai.
Amongst so many others.
Right. So that is what it is when it comes to laying the foundation or doing a crawl space or whatever. Yes, soil testing, everybody, in my opinion, should do, because even though they're going to take the ash footprint up, but let me tell you something.
They're going to take that ash footprint up.
I kind of feel like nature does something for itself that we don't understand, right? We are baffled.
God don't stop.
How exactly nature and God does something to regenerate that we will never fully comprehend and understand. Because if you go to Altadena now, and I know, Ziva, you're in Houston, you can't, but anybody drive through, you see grass growing, you see flowers blooming, you see trees that they thought they were going to cut down because they were dead already have green re-blossoming, cherry blossom trees that are in full bloom, orange trees that, different trees, fruit trees that are starting to grow stuff again. So even though we think, oh, the soil's toxic, we don't know, because like my garden outside, I put dirt and water and that's not enough. It needs nitrogen. I have to add nitrogen. I have to I don't drink coffee, so I go get coffee grounds from Starbucks and they give me huge bags, right? And I come and I put that, all my eggshells I put in there. So it needs stuff that I wouldn't even think of until I started gardening. And it's like, oh, I have to give these added ingredients. And so what's toxic to us or what we might think may very well be something that the soil really blossoms off of, and it really needs. Now, lead, that's one thing, and what we consider toxic, we don't know, but I can't say. Okay, so also there's a certain amount allowed of all these toxins in everything. And so what we think, we need to get our soil tested because it's toxic, it's just above the allowable levels. I'll say that, right? So that's really what you're looking at, is above the allowable levels when you're soil testing. And so that's all I can say. But yes, if people feel like they want to get their soil tested beforehand, because also all the houses are burned down and there's green grass everywhere, right? Or like my parents took out all the grass in the front and back, but have turf. When I tell you the turf didn't burn at all, and you know, the bottom of turf is rubber, right? From tires and all that. The turf is as green as could be, has ash on it, but none of that stuff burned. All their cactus and succulents, none of that stuff burned. And so certain things are good. We just got to remove all the debris from the house and the ash. And then, you know, your builder may very well say, hey, we can test the soil for you. I know there's soil testing kits you can get at Lowe's and Home Depot, you know, and get a sample and put it in there and do whatever the little chemical is and see. And if it's within the allowable area, your people could start building you back. So I'm not an expert on soil testing, but the LMU site is there. You guys go get, you know, apply for it. And if somebody can test for you, you know, whoever, then go for it. So some people will be like, nope, I'm good. And other people will be like, I got to test everything, right? Because we don't want to be like places we've seen all over the world or all over the country. And in 10 years, 20 years, everybody in the city got horrible diseases, right? Because of stuff, but we just don't know. I think part of that has to do with putting the water lines back once they've been tested and ready, putting the electrical or the gas lines back once that's tested and ready. So yeah, we just got to wait and figure it out. Whose house burned down? Who told me people should wait to get testing done once all those have been cleared? Yeah, I agree. Instead of just doing it one at a time, because look, well, okay, let's say we're on Concha, right? Wapello's below, Parkman's above. If everybody on Concha gets cleared, everybody, the whole block, and then everybody on Wapello gets cleared, cool. But then what if Parkman gets cleared last? Then all that dust and ash from Parkman is coming down on Concha, coming down on Wapello, coming down on Athens, and it's trickling down to Poppy Fields, to Palm, all of that. And I would love for them to do it bottom up, but they're not. They're just randomly doing it by when they get these, right? So, Brian, what in the world are you laughing at, crazy?
All that ash and bottom up.
Oh, gosh, I didn't even realize what I was saying.
And now you talk about me, real me.
If you don't get your brain out the gutter, that's what
I'm a drink coffee and mind my business.
I'm not speaking from the gutter, but your brain is in the gutter, so I'm gonna need you to bring your brain out the gutter.
My brain is in a comedic mode right now, so I'm finding everything funny.
Which is great. We need comedy, right? Oh God. So yeah. Oh, help us, Jesus. So anywho, I will make sure I rephrase what I'm saying. But
girl, don't worry about it. I just won't smile no more.
It's not gonna matter. He's gonna find a way.
Right.
He's gonna find a way.
Yeah, your eyebrows, something. You'd have to be totally off. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, so that's that. But yes, unless we did it that way, from the south to the north, instead of randomly, right? Which might make the process even longer, right? If we have to wait for everything to be cleared to start rebuilding, yeah.
The problem is their pocket clearing.
Exactly.
That's the messed up part. Like they started up. Remember when we were out there that day? We were up on, what was that, Las Flores and Marengo, and they was moving and shaking. But over on Palm and Fair Oaks, they were just parked.
They were parked. And then remember we went over on Wapello on the east side.
And they were moving and shaking at the bottom of the street, close to the lake.
On lake. And guess what? Today, it's still only that one that's been cleared. The whole rest of the block.
They're the only ones out there. Because you remember your boy around the corner on Main Lane, He went and got his own Bobcat. He said,
Oh,
"I'm
he
clearing my
was
own
on his
stuff."
own. He had his Tyvek suit on. He was
Yeah.
clearing it. And that's what you got to do sometimes. He had his dumpster out there,
Yeah.
and his Bobcat, his glasses, all that. He was like, "I'm not fooling with the county. It's my house. I'm doing it myself."
Hey, if I had the means and the time, I would do that too.
And you know,
He was an older gentleman. He looked like he was like, I lived here all my life. I'm finally retired.
Mm-hmm.
No, how much is it gonna cost? I got debris removal money. Let me spend that with me going to get the equipment.
Yep. So
That's
yeah,
what
that
he
would be
did.
common sense, but we know, Elaine, everything doesn't always operate with common sense and the way that we think it should go. And so again, on Wapello between Lake and Mount Curve, there's one house that's been cleared. And then there's one house that's standing fully. And then there's one, two, then there's two, then there's no more. And so those people, no telling when they're going to get back in because it's too hazardous for them to be there. There's no water, there's no electricity, there's no gas. Even though it's turned on in certain areas, it's not back to the houses. And then when everything else is being cleared, it's too dangerous for them to be there for their health. So
right, because there's a guy on Lincoln right above between Ventura and Mountain View. 8 cars in the driveway burned to a crisp, and he's got to get those moved first before he can even clear off anything.
Right. And what gets me is, and I'm hearing this from people, that insurance companies, someone said they have a electric vehicle and they weren't able to get it out. And the vehicle didn't burn, but the tires melted. And their insurance company had it towed, replaced the 4 tires, and had it shampooed and everything. And they were like, "All right, come get your car." And they're like, "We can't. You got to total it. It's toxic."
Yeah.
That's a lithium. I have an EV. It's a whole entire lithium battery.
You just gave everybody else toxicity by towing it and working on it.
Exactly. And I'm just
weren't they supposed to get rid of those during the phase 1?
Well, if they were burned.
Because it wasn't damaged. It was just the tires.
The tires burned.
Yeah.
And so it was somebody on Facebook in one of the Altadena pages or whatever. And they're literally going back and forth with their insurance company. And insurance is like, "We're not totaling it. You better come get it and pay off this lease and keep driving it." And they're like, "It's too toxic. I'm not doing that." So it's just like the logic of insurance companies right now is kind of insanity. But we understand because we had Luigi not too long ago with United Health, right? Because it's denied. What is it? The 3Ds denied something, all 3Ds. And so even with the fire, we see it with vehicles, we see it with home ownership. Just like someone told me, their mom's insurance got canceled October 15th. And I said, "Oh, you need to call them tomorrow because they got to reinstate and cover the loss." And she said, "Well, no." And I said, "Well, yes, October 7th through January 7th, because that's when the fire was. So they have to reinstate and cover this loss." And she says, "But they said they sent her a letter." I said, "Did y'all receive the letter?" I think I talked about this before. "Did you guys receive a certified letter?" She said, "No." They said they sent. I said, "Then you never got nothing." Because we know the postal service, they're trying to privatize it. Sometimes stuff is stolen. Sometimes it just doesn't show up. So you never got anything if they don't have a return receipt. So you didn't know it was even canceled. But even if it was within 90 days. They have to reinstate. She said, "I wonder why they haven't said that." I said, "Because they don't want to pay the claim." I said, "They know they have to do it, but they're not going to tell you. You tell them." And I even sent her the link to the press release and the article about it, meaning the order from the governor and the commissioner. And I said, "Here, this is the order. Give that to them." Because they know they have to do it. And I think it was State Farm or Farmers, one of the two with the farm. And she was like, "Thank you, Tony. I didn't know that." And I was like, I research and watch everything. I get alerts for everything. I do. I get alerts from the insurance commissioner's office on stuff because I want to be informed. So if I do know somebody that's going through it, I'm like, "Hey, here's the number for the insurance commissioner. Call and report it," right? Because they have a hotline to take these reports. So yeah, thank you, Elaine. Deny, deflect, distract. So they literally are not telling people. And then you have a car that has a whole entire battery that's toxic. It's lithium, and you know it. And because it didn't scorch to the ground, you're telling them, well, we replaced the tires and had the seat shampoo. Come get it. You got to drive it again.
You're as good as new. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's insanity. I said, I'm not going to say this, but yeah. Anyway, people know how to do what they need to do. So then it'll be totaled.
There's so many moving parts to this process, and people really have to be diligent about, following up and asking the questions and getting the information. And, hopefully we're actually providing some good content to help people out, because especially you, Tony, you're going through it. I mean, literally for your parents. So everything we're talking about, firsthand, and you're able to actually help, help everybody else. And the folks we bring on too are, going through it as well. So we're getting different vantage points, and man, I think this is very helpful, but they make it so challenging. They do not want it to be easy.
Now, I saw something last night, and I know, Jamal, you tagged Brian in it, and then Kimberly Green tagged me, Brian, and you in it. And I'm just going to say this. I think I've said it a few times, and we've all said it. There's a coalition or a group or something out there that's doing something for Altadena, Pasadena, and Sierra Madre. I'm not participating in that. I'm not from Sierra Madre, and I'm not from Pasadena. I'm from Altadena. And so it's great to give people that information, but I'm doing everything this for Altadena. No shade to either of those areas, but the most hard hit of these three communities is Altadena. And we're not our own city with our own services. Sierra Madre is a city, Pasadena is a city, and they have different resources and stuff. So I'm like diehard going for Altadena. But if you presented that at the beginning and people are doing that, it's fabulous. And whoever wants to get involved with that group that's doing it for all three, have at it. But I personally am not, because I'm not from Pasadena, I'm not from Sierra Madre.
Cool.
And this is
we're all about sharing all the info to everybody. Yep.
And we'll tell you about everyone's events, because that's what we do. We don't want to hold no information back from you.
No.
At all. Our whole goal is to bring you everything that's going on in the town, and then talk about the things that we're doing.
Yeah. Because I think it's also, what is it? Is it called the Eaton Coalition or the Eaton something? Did you put it up this morning?
I didn't put it up.
Okay.
Forgot.
You forgot.
Eaton Fire Collaborative.
Eaton Fire Collaborative. And it's great, and people could join whatever. I'm just trying to ride hard for my town. There is an event Saturday that I have to be at in LA and Hollywood or something at 5. It's for International Women's Day, which is also Saturday. I know there's a big International Women's Day protest against the federal government stuff downtown. But our foundation, AltadenaTalks, they've asked me to get up. They're going to have fire on the screen in the background. And they've asked me to get up and talk about what we are doing. And so I've also given them our QR code, which is in the booklet. So we hopefully will get some donations from that. But I will be representing us that evening at this formal event for International Women's Day, because I have to go with my aunt and escort her to this thing she's being awarded at it.
At it. He's like, I done ran out of energy.
Look, I was in bed last night. Like, I think Elaine called me. Elaine's on here. I looked at my text this morning. I think it was 7:00. I was already asleep. I was I'm just like bleh, out of it, right?
Heck yeah.
And so I texted her this morning like, hey, Elaine, I think 7:30. Like, I am so sorry. I didn't hear a phone. I didn't hear a text, nothing. I think I was sleep by 7 last night. So yeah, that's how I feel about this upcoming weekend. There's so much going on that, I'll be at that thing that night. So yeah, I was Elaine. Yeah, Elaine, you probably saw that one too. I think on a page or whatever. And I did, it was that Eaton Fire collaboration, coalition, something. There's so many, and it's hard to keep up with them. But I'm glad that groups are deciding to do things together, and we'll see what happens, what comes out of it, which is great.
Yeah, we don't mind working with other groups. We just need to know that you're on the up and up. We can't be, dealing with shady, grady situations because our show is based on truth and facts, and we're trying to bring you the real nitty gritty, the real truth, from the websites of the place where the truth is supposedly coming from. Now, that's what we use as backup is the exact sites. None of this information is ever made up by us. Now, sometimes I may misspeak or say a word out of context or something, and EW will be there to make sure that I said it right. So that's how we are now, Dena. Don't lie.
But why are you talking about?
Oh, because the other show when you weren't on, he was killing me. I was saying something. I said something different. And it wasn't the complete information.
Oh, okay.
I already talked to Judy Matthews of the Altadena Chamber of Commerce and Civic Association. We're going to do more research to see how to combine and connect everyone. Yeah, because that's a problem when everyone's doing their own thing. Now it's commemorative. I mean, it's great. I was using the wrong word. It's a great thing that all these people are coming together now and helping. I love the fact that Tribe Re-Rise and Neighborhood Servants and all of these folks are coming in and they are continuing to do what they do. And that's why we always announce their stuff because they're always doing something. And, they also were recipients of the Pasadena Community Foundation grants. So the whole thing is there's not a lot of organizations out there that are being vetted, that are actually transparent. I mean, you can go see everything that we're doing on our website all the time. We update it all the time. The blog is constantly popping. There is nothing about us that's shady grady. Right. So we're all trying. We're not even trying. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to. This started off as therapy. I just wanted to talk to y'all. I just want to get my feelings out. I never go live. I don't think I went live for like 4 years. And then, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go finish. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. My mouth started talking before. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so started this as therapy. And, I said, you know what? People are starting to look at it. I was getting like all kind of views. I said, okay, let me use this, no notoriety, but let me use this momentum to create this podcast so that we can now come together. And look how far it's gone. We're only 36 episodes in, and this Friday night will be the 2-month anniversary of the fight. And we've already made an impact on a lot of folks. And I'm proud to say that I'm happy to be a part of this. This is great.
Ziva thinks that they're the unofficial mayor of Altadena.
Yeah.
Him, and I can name some others, but I won't.
No, I mean, what I love about it is that everybody has their way of being diligent. And my thing is, we've had E-Dub on the show, and we've even promoted his podcast. I'm hoping to have him on again, because he's actually doing it a different way. So we get to see that perspective.
Yeah.
I'm not opting in. So now that's a whole segment right there. We can see your progress.
He might now. He shared. Well, he shared that there's been some challenges, right? Because what they were saying originally was, and what he shared with me is that originally they were saying that you had to have.
Okay, Tony, calm down. We see you over there.
The contractor that you had to do the moving, right, had to have the certificate. Now, if they subcontracted, everything was fine. I mean, the subcontractor had to be certified. Now they're saying that the general contractor has to be certified, And that's where some of the challenges he's experiencing are coming into play. So he's at the point now where they're also making it very hard for those folks to get those certifications. And that's something we brought up really early in the process was, are they going to make it challenging? And he's proven to be the case. So he's saying I don't
think it's about them trying to make it challenging. People, well, put it like this. I won't say that they're not trying to make it challenging, but a lot of people have said, oh, I got a dump truck. Let me go get this certification so I can get in on this money. Right?
Right.
And we know
that a long time ago.
Some people were definitely doing that. Yeah.
Exactly. And so if you have not already had your certification, and there's a lot that has to happen to get hazmat certified, they're not thinking, I'm going to go and do this so I can help this community clear. They're thinking, I need to go make this money and I'm going to just go quick, get this certification. I have talked to people that have said it and that I know that are like, oh, I'm going to go get this money. And so therefore, even if you're hiring a sub or you are a GC or whatever, and you don't have those certifications, I don't think they're deliberately trying to make it hard. They're just trying to make sure, yes, the GC does hold all the liabilities, Eva, and there are certain things, because I have an LLC and I have liability insurance for construction and some things, but there are different licenses under a GC. You can have a C17 license, you can have, and it's for different things. You can have your electrical, you can have this, you can have that. And you can't just go and fill out a paper and get it overnight. Some things you have to go and you have to prove, okay, my person has done this, and you've got to take hazmat training and things like that. So I don't think that anybody is deliberately, I could be naive in this, but I don't think anyone is deliberately trying to make it hard. I think people are saying they're making it hard because they're thinking, I'm just going to go get this and then I'm going to go make this money. And that's just not what the real process is. That's all. That's my own opinion. I could be wrong.
Well, and to that point, I think when people encounter the challenges, when they're trying to opt out or try to do it on their own, I think it's just easier when you look at the options, the two options, to say, hey, I'm gonna opt in. These folks are already certified and what have you, and they can just kind of push it through. So yeah, I think that's what quite a few people are going to actually encounter. They're going to have to make a decision again, whereas they thought they were going to do it one way, and as time progressed, they realized that, you know, maybe I need to weigh the options one more time.
And then now, unfortunately, if you opted out, started it, and then you have to opt in, you're further back in the line, because we know that they're really backlogged because there's just not enough of these contractors that can do the work that are fully certified. And so what they thought would be a quick and easy process, oh, I'll have these people that I know that have a dump truck or whatever do it. Now they've got to opt back in and be further back in the line. And I'm sad about that, because everybody wants to get their stuff cleared and think about that whole rebuild process. So hopefully, whether it's EDUB or anybody else, they are able to move forward in their process, quickly enough that, you know, it's not going to push them way far back.
Yeah, an additional thing we're finding, or I'm hearing as well, is when you do try to opt out, and when you put in the contractor, because you have to put in the person that you try to utilize, if they're not certified, it stops you. Like, you can't go any further. So you got to ultimately find somebody that, you know, has all the certification that's necessary. So yeah, it's as we've said, it's a ever-changing and a very unique situation for everybody.
So Elaine, I'm not going to announce you. I know there's about 2 or 3 other realtors that have told me that they're there. I'm not going to announce that. If you happen to meet up with somebody, I'm not giving anybody the platform that, hey, there's realtors here that can help you. This is about the builders, and I don't want this to be about realtors or people that are looking to gain clients to either sell land for rentals or any of that. That's not what my heart or my thoughts were in having a builders town hall. If you're there and you talk to people, that's fine. And you have your laptop and you want to do that. Because what I'm also getting is people that are coming on the show and saying, oh, I'm going to have so-and-so there. Oh, I'm going to have so-and-so there. And
it's vetted people only.
and they think that because they have somebody there that I'm giving that person a platform, and that's not going to happen. So not you that we don't trust you or anything, but yeah. But if you're there and you have it and you hear conversations and you say, hey, by the way, I can help, that's perfectly fine. But I've had other people approach me, phone calls, texts, whatever, and say they're going to have people there to do this and that. And that's not going to happen that way. If someone wants to have me speak with someone and vet them for our next event, then that's fine. But we're only at what, is it Wednesday? Yeah, we're 3 days away. So, because one thing I did when I looked at yesterday, all of the orders, and we're up to 111 now, but I looked at all the orders and there are 4 different people that are coming with FEMA email addresses. And I was like, oh, okay. We've opened it up to anybody, right? So that's fine. And then there are 2 or 3 that have somebody at realestate.com. And then there's somebody with the ohio.gov and ny.gov. So I don't know Ohio or New York, what they're doing out here or whatever, or if they're here and work from here for those states. I don't know, but I've been looking at the respondents' email addresses. And then, and speaking of that, when it comes to the real estate, I saw on the AltadenaTalks page, there's a lady named Jean that posts pretty much all day, every day. I think her name is Jean, but she had posted something yesterday showing some property addresses that had recently sold, and 2 or 3 of them have been gobbled up by, I believe, Chinese investment companies. And I know that there are some other land type organizations trying to help people retain their land. But we also know that there will be people that sell. And we're trying to say sell to someone you know. We don't have control over who sells to what. But people are selling to people that want to come in, build, and flip it for a high price. There are others that apparently I saw yesterday on the Altadena page, on one of the Altadena pages I'm on, that someone was at 540 Woodbury and overheard a conversation that really upset them because it was an investor, I think 2 investors, a realtor or whatever, and she overheard something, or he overheard something about they want to buy up properties and build, what was it, townhomes or condominiums or something like that. But the thing about that is, everywhere in Altadena is not zoned for that. So single family lots aren't zoned for townhouses or condos, right? And so, so I think people are posting a lot and almost making people fearful. And so all we can do is what's in our realm of influence. And if it's our lot or our family's lot or something like that, or someone that we know, encourage them to stay, help them find the resources to rebuild. But know that there's nothing we can do if somebody sells, right? We don't have control over that. So let me see. Zivia says, since Altadena is unincorporated, are there building codes as to what can be rebuilt? Yeah. For example, someone is buying lots, single family. Yeah, no, you can do a single family plus, I think, an ADU on these single family lots, but I don't believe they're going to be able to try to squeeze. Well, they can't do these mega mansions. I saw something recently on that, like they're not going to allow that. And then I don't believe they're going to allow somebody to just come in and decide, oh, we're going to buy up a whole block and make it from single family to condos on the whole block, right? Because that there is zoning for it, and they would have to get permission from the county and the state. And from my understanding, from all the calls that I've been on, and Brian and Jamal and others can probably attest to this, the county is very much against that kind of behavior and is trying to do everything that they can also to not allow investors to come in and buy up a bunch of lots and then try to get it rezoned to condos and townhouses and big, apartment type living, but remain single family lots.
That's true. That's what we've heard.
Yeah.
Definitely. We just hope that they keep it that way. Don't make any changes.
Right, because money talks. So
Money talk. Money talk.
yeah.
Yeah, those are horrible.
And there's a couple in Pasadena. Remember when Downey, all that was happening in Downey and Whittier, and the people of Downey really did an uproar years ago. They were so pissed about all the mini mansions. And then there's one or two down on Hill in Pasadena, south of Washington, and some places. But yeah, they're not trying to allow that in Altadena. So hopefully we're able to continue to keep that at bay.
Oh, okay. Ziva says, okay, we see a lot of that happening here. These 3-story townhomes and mini mansions are popping up in older neighborhoods. Yeah. Right now, they're keeping that away from Altadena. And like I said, I hope they maintain that viewpoint.
Yeah, I have my thoughts on that. But I mean, it doesn't make sense to me to try to take up the whole entire lot for this big old house. And there are certain cultures that like to build that way because they want to keep all families
inside.
Exactly, in one house. So there are certain cultures around Pasadena that they build that way. And hopefully they stay over there in that area where they like to do that and not try to buy in Altadena to change the landscape.
Right.
And I mean, you figure what 80% probably of Altadenians are like, we want Altadena back like it was, right? We don't want to change it. Some think everybody should be mandated to make their house identical to what it was, and that's just not going to happen because plans aren't there. It will be more modern looking, all of that. But people think on the outside the aesthetics should look the same, and it won't necessarily. But I think with it being unique, single family, no sidewalks, lots of trees, all that kind of stuff that's unique to Altadena. Mm-hmm. If we could keep it like that, we'll be good.
TOOD good.
Shoot, we're an hour and 40 minutes, man. 41 minutes. Where's
That's
the time?
How we do it. People want to know.
You guys were getting ready to hang up until I popped in. Maybe I should pop out.
No. We weren't about to hang it up.
No, this is, we were trying to lure you in the whole time, but, like, why we keep on trying to call her out. We're saying stuff.
I was tired of typing. I was like, let me just log in because I am tired of trying to type.
Way easier to talk. Way easier to talk.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I'm over here designing.
36. Any other questions, you guys? Any other issues you seeing? Because if we don't have the answer, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you better speak up or have a hold your peace.
Either that or hold it for the town hall on Saturday from 11 to 2. The Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena.
Yeah.
Well, remember to register, you guys, for the town hall. We want to make sure we have all the victuals for everybody who's showing up, because you're going to need some food and some sustenance to take in all that information you're going to get.
All right, so I'm going to eat all y'all sandwiches. That's all I got to say. Is Perry's joined too? Don't sleep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those sandwiches are good. And
they're huge.
That too.
So I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to be counting the tickets.
In halves, because half a sandwich is more than enough from Perry's.
I was like, 99, 100. Okay, that's it. Taking the rest of the sandwiches home.
You have a bag ready. Just
Nope. The back trunk is going to be open with containers right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just joshing. All right, so I think that's it. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We appreciate you and all your candor and all of your questions, and we just appreciate you being here and sharing this time with us, because we're trying. Oh, and by the way, I didn't get a chance. But the comment is way back here. But Marcus Betts said Pasadena Rosebud Academy was given a shout out at the Laker game last night.
Oh, for
My
real?
daughter and I were provided some tickets that included a snack and drink. It was very cool to experience with my daughter and the other students in attendance. The kids also led a chant to have Bronny played, and he ended up coming in. Now, that's dope. That was my daughter's
saw
first
that game.
NBA game.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we leaving that on a lighter note. Appreciate you, Marcus. We're gonna see you on the show next week. And then Elaine said, my son TJ announced Victory Bible Church at the Black History event at LaSalle College Preparatory and said Victory Black Church. Well, he said Victory Black Church. That's funny. Hey,
Oh, that's hilarious.
he only speaking the truth. Yeah, I go to Victory Black Church. That's right. I don't have no problems. Jesus is black. Y'all keep forgetting his hair was made of wool. I got to have this argument till the cow comes home. But whatever.
Who's
Thank you, Ziva. Oh man, don't even get me started. I got somebody who smokes drugs and then wants to talk to me about religion all day, and they're on point till the drugs are off. Then, and you know who you are. You watching right now, so I'm gonna get a call in about 10 minutes. Hey man, I appreciate you talking about what we talk about on your show. Yeah, we couldn't help it. Was it? That's funny. It was the choir. Victory Black Church. Stand
it was
strong.
my choir, our choir from VBC. Yeah, I know they were hollering.
That was funny.
Hilarious.
We can't help it. Yeah, that's right. Bubbly brown sugar. Going by the Victory Black Church Choir.
Like
Thanks for tuning in. We got episode 37 tomorrow.
Yeah. In fact, I think, what's that? So 37, 38. Oh, dang. 40th is going to be on Monday. I thought we was going to culminate on the actual day of the Saturday. Yeah. No, actually, that'll be the 39th show. Yeah. So what's this? 36? Yeah, that'd be the 39th show. So, if you recorded it, you got to send it to us so we can play it on the show. I mean, this is a family show. This is for Altadena family. So, anything that y'all come across, if you find some stray puppy out there leading people to the promised land, film him and show him to us. You know, we want to show good times. This. We're not trying to be like Next Door or Animals Next Door, because that's all people talk about on Next Door. Need I say more? Anyway, thank you very much. We are glad you all stayed with us. I'm going to just do one more little thing right here. And that is, we're going to look at the numbers. Dun, 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 dun. The numbers, always at the end of the show. We're going to show you what we see. Do you see what I see? That's not even nowhere near Christmas. So we are at 190 views today, 130 reach, and 115 interactions. That is the 5th most interactions we've had. So I'd like to thank you guys. I'm not showing it today because I want to get off this show. Right. I want to end it. Thank you. We appreciate you guys coming on, and we will see you on the flip side. Peace out.
See you guys later.